In today's video, we'll be discussing the major strategies in 2023 to increase one thing that is extremely important and fundamental for an e-commerce business, and it's conversion rate. Okay, the conversion rate is probably one of the most, along with average order value, is probably one of the most important metrics in e-commerce when it comes to growing and scaling a business. So before we get started, I'm Brando. I'm the founder of Brandlux Media, a marketing agency specialized in growing e-commerce brands through paid ads and UGC content, so all the creative aspect. Before we dive in, I kindly ask you to like the button and subscribe to support the channel and do all that stuff, all right? So when it comes to conversion rate, there are two main ways to increase this metric. And as I said before, conversion rate is probably one of the most important things that you need to figure out. If your conversion rate is not at least, and of course it depends from the average order value, but typically, assuming you have an average order value of like $100, $80, $90, it should hover around 2.5 to 3% at least, because then scaling becomes really, really hard and complicated. And trust me, you don't want to get there. So there are two ways to do this. The first way is to split test the structure of the page, right? Different headlines, adding or perhaps taking away a section of the landing page, changing the price, changing the product name. Believe it or not, changing the product name. We did it like we ran through some numbers like a month ago with the team for a specific client, and we tested or split tested a different title. And we called the package, or the product, like we added the word ultimate, like the ultimate XYZ, and it added I believe around 0.3% conversion rate. So the brand was converting at like 2%, and it went from 2 to 2.3. And it might not sound as a lot, but if you scale and you're making 100 grand a month or 200 grand a month, there's a big difference in actually the sales generated. Either way, this is one way, and this is probably the way that is not less efficient, but it's still hard, but it's the type of strategy that probably changes the conversion rate in the least possible way. What I'm trying to say here is that if you do these things, like split test the landing page a couple tweaks, your conversion rate is not going to go from like 2% to 5%. Like, this is not what is going to allow you to get to this point. The second strategy, however, this is really probably the most important thing when it comes to conversion rate, and this is what you should focus on primarily. And then you can move on to the split testing, the page, the name, the product of the name, and stuff, the price and stuff like that. But this is testing a new variation of the offer or adding elements to the offer. What do I mean by this? It's very simple. When you split test another offer, you're essentially split testing, and you're trying to figure out how is the market reacting to this new offer. And usually there's several elements that we've been adding to like offers, and I'll go through some examples that literally like increase the conversion rate by 100% in like 48 to 72 hours. It's like actually crazy. So what are these important things? I'll go through some examples. We were selling a product, a skincare product, so in the beauty space. And what we did to the offer is that we added 2 to 3. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, but we added a couple digital guides or routines or morning routines for like a skincare routine. So essentially, when people bought the product, other than receiving the product itself, they would also receive digital guides. On top of that, we added an extended money back guarantee which was worth a full year instead of 30 days, which is what most companies offer. We extended that to like 365, so that was like more, it gave more authority, and when it comes for like, it gave more authority to the brand. That's what I mean. And one other thing that we added, and this is quite interesting, is that we added a value stack to the offer. Okay, what does a value stack mean? A value stack is essentially when you showcase different elements of the offer, you're essentially showing what the customer is getting in bullet points, right? Because you're stacking and showcasing the value of your offer, right? So this does one thing and one thing only. It shows people what they are getting, and psychologically, it's very important to know what you're getting. And if you see a price, at the same time you're thinking, what am I actually getting? Okay, so if you know exactly what you're getting, and at the right side of this value stack, you actually add the perceived value. So you give each product a value. let's say you're selling a bundle with like 3 products: shampoo, conditioner, and whatever, a vitamin C. You would add these products to the value stack, and next to each product, the vitamin C serum or whatever, the shampoo or the conditioner, you would add the value stack. Okay, this is once again the best way for your customer to see the complete perceived value. And what we did is that as we were adding the value stack, we were running a special promotion for first time buyers, and we essentially cut the price to like 15 with a 15% discount, and we also offered free shipping. So my point, sorry for ranting a lot, but my point here is that it's a lot better to actually work on your offer and add these elements to your offer to, separate yourself from the crowd, rather than just selling a product. If you, there's so many clients that come to us and they're selling, what's, we ask them, what's your offer? And they're like, what do you mean our offer? We just sell products. And that's literally one of the reasons why perhaps their conversion rate is like 1% or 1.5%. Trust me on this, guys. Like, the conversion rate is extremely important when it comes to scaling a business, and adding an element, adding these elements to your offer is actually going to make a difference. So another thing, perhaps, that is can really help is, and I'll give you another example about this. We were working with a company still in the beauty space, and they were selling singular products, and we suggested that, and also bundles, but they were not promoting the bundles on the front end, like through paid ads. So what we did is that we added these value stack elements. We added, the things that I mentioned before. We added the digital guides. We added free shipping. We added the, 365-day money back guarantee statement. And on top of that, we offered an actual bundle. And this really worked well, because many times, customers want the full solution. Okay. And when they have a full solution and there's a great deal, and the deal is specifically for first time buyers, they're much more incentivized to move on with the purchase. On top of that, this works super well. And on top of that, what we did is that we gave them the chance to purchase these products individually towards the bottom of the page. We were like, this is our offer. By the way, if you just don't want to go with the full starter kit, that is what it was called. You can purchase each singular product individually, but with no discount, right? But this increased the conversion rate for sure, because we're not giving people like 20 different variations of a product. We're saying you can get the bundle with the best offer, but if you want to just get in with us and get in, be our customer, but you want to spend $200 to start off, you can spend perhaps $37 and test one product. And this is for sure, we've seen conversion rate increase by adding just this element, giving people the opportunity to add, buy one specific part of an offer, of a bundle, and that works super well. Anyways, overall, the takeaway is, yes, do and split test your offers with these different strategies that I mentioned before. But the most important thing is that remember that it's much better, and this is by far the best way to like increase the conversion rate for sure. And it's something that a lot of companies are just not doing, is focus on selling an offer instead of selling a product. The offer is always going to convert in a much better way, not only because there's like a special discount. You can also put a discount on a product, but if you're selling an offer, people will feel like there's a lot more perceived value. Okay, would you rather get a skincare product, or a skincare product that has a discount, that has free shipping, that has a value stack showcasing exactly what they're getting, the benefits that they're getting, and also on top of that, they're going to get subscribed into like a VIP weekly email list where they can talk to a skincare expert, or they're going to join a VIP Facebook group that's going to allow them to see, 3 times a week, they're going to see Facebook lives or something like that. And they're going to get access to 2 ebooks that are going to, increase the value of the product, and they're going to help them with skincare tips, daily routines about skincare and stuff like that. Which one are you going to choose, right? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. And these are the questions that we ask ourselves at Brandlux Media for our clients, because at the end of the day, if you master your offer, then ads are way more easier to launch, or not to launch, but to scale. So let me know if you have any questions. I know I've been ranting here for a while, but shoot me the comments. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and social media. Subscribe if you want. You don't have to. But yeah, you can leave your comments for questions, and I'll see you soon. Bye.